Hey guys, this is Justin from Justin's Founded Youth, and I wanted to go over three things that I see a lot of people making as beginner mistakes, things that I've done wrong in the past, and so these are three things that I believe could be killing your gains potentially. They're no in particular order. I have number one is not having enough recovery and sleep. This is probably the thing that I personally struggled with the most. And you have to remember that whenever you're working out, whether it be for your sports or for weightlifting, strength training, that is a stimulus to your muscles to grow, but it isn't actually what is causing them to grow. You need to have the recovery time, you need to be able to sleep to have your muscles do that repair and do that synthesis to grow. I know that, especially in high school, college, I had this idea that, all you need to do is just more training. You're not making results, just do more and it'll be better. And, there's times when I was working out 6-7 days a week, not getting enough sleep, also huge. Definitely, if you talk to me when I was an undergrad, I would say, sleep is for when you're dead. Those are not great things. I'm gonna let you know. They definitely caused me to not get the best results, slow my progress down, and especially with not getting enough recovery and working out so much, not only was it impairing my ability to grow maximally, but essentially was making sure that I would get periodic injuries, and training that much will actually reduce your body's immune system response. And so, like clockwork, every year sometime November, December, I would almost always get sick for a while. My body would take me out, basically be like, hey, you are going to get the recovery you need by getting sick, sleeping, we're going to force you to do it. So yeah, just don't do it. It's a bad idea. Since then, I've learned a lot more. I put in deload weeks into my training block. I spread things out a little bit more. I try and prioritize getting sleep, and that's another thing. Sleep is something that will be a little bit more individual. You can find, for yourself, number of hours that you need. If you wake up and you're not feeling recovered, you're not feeling ready, that's going to be a sign. So, there's all these things saying 7 to 9 hours. I find that for myself, I really need to get closer to 8 to 9 to be better. Other people can get away with 7 or even 6. So that's just something that you're going to have to play with. And also remember that on the recovery and sleep side, if you're taking advice from people who are enhanced, who have steroids, all that sort of thing, they speed up recovery remarkably well. And so that was another mistake I took growing up in that phase, was not understanding the difference between people who were on steroids and not, and that fact that they did not need the amount of recovery that I needed as a natural. So just keep that in mind for yourself. These people can be very inspirational and they can give some good information, but you just have to remember that that gives them an advantage that you just don't have. Another thing is changing up your workout too often. And this is a trap that a lot of people seem to fall into. Part of the reason for this is every time you change the exercises that you're doing, your body is having to relearn how to do those movement patterns effectively. And so this can be one of the things people are like, oh, well, I just change up, and you get a lot of progress relatively quickly, and it can make you feel good for not plateauing and stuff. But part of that strength gain is not really the muscles getting much stronger. It's the fact that you're neurologically getting better at adapting and firing properly for that. So really the fact that you're switching up all the time is not always allowing you to actually put that strength and stimulus fully into the muscles to get them to grow. It's partially just building those neurological pathways so that you can efficiently do the exercise. So, not saying that you have to do the same exercises all the time for, the whole year. Don't change your workout at all. But if you're trying to change up the exercises you're doing every single week, you're just completely switching things up every other week, probably not great. I would generally recommend at least a month or two and then try and change things out. That'll allow your body the time to get the neurological processes in, and then for you to actually put the stimulus fully on the muscles for the growth in that phase. Lastly is doing things that you hate for your workouts. So some people, and this can come from trainers too, is that they have a certain way of doing things, and they're just like, this is the best way, you need to do it this way, and that just can lead to some bad things, really. Because if you don't like your training, you don't like what you're doing, ultimately it's not going to be something that you're going to be able to do long term. Like, I've known people who will run because they're told it's the best thing to do, but the truth of the matter is, if you hate running and you're not going to be able to keep it up long term, whatever benefits you get in the short run from doing that won't be carried on long term. So, and so you don't like to run, but you like bike riding. Great, do that. If you don't like that, you like to do pickup basketball. I love pickup basketball. It's a great form of cardio. If you can do that for your 150 minutes a week, awesome. More power to you. Do that. Don't do the running. Don't do whatever. I used to work out early in the morning with one of my friends. We do racquetballs on days that we wouldn't do weightlifting. That was a great form of exercise. We had a ton of fun. Didn't really feel like a workout. It was just fun time. So do what you like, but also with the caveat that if your goal incorporates doing that thing, you probably still have to do it, right? Like, if you don't like running but you want to do a triathlon, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to do running, right? You want to do a open bodybuilding competition and you don't like training legs, sorry, you're gonna have to train legs for that. But otherwise, within reason, if you find somebody and they're trying to coach you and they're like, hey, you have to do this form of cardio, and you're like, no, I don't like it, can I do something else? And they don't work with you, they're probably not the coach for you, to be honest. Like, you need to have something that'll fit in your life that you like to do, that you can carry on for the rest of your life. Because all of these benefits from working out, they will go away relatively quickly, within a couple of years, if you don't keep it up. So just do what you like. I hope that this helped. I hope that just going over these quickly with you will help you avoid some of the mistakes I've seen and things that I've done personally. Wishing you well in your journey. Best, Justin out.